What is going on, collectors? Optical 20 back for another video review. Today we are going to take a look at Spider-Man 2 Black Suit Spider-Man, and you can order this at bigbadtoystore.com. $4 shipping, double box your item for safety so no one steals your package, and you can put it on Pile of Loot so you can send 4 or 5 hot toys at once for $4. I'll put the link down below, but let's take a look at this packaging from Hot Toys. You can see the symbiote effect is shiny, so when the light hits it, you can see kind of like it's going towards you. It's beautiful. Unfortunately, with my boxes, I can't display them, so they're gonna go right back to their shipping box. But let's unbox this bad boy right here. I'm not gonna lie, I was hesitant to pull the trigger on this Black Suit Spider-Man. I waited, didn't pre-ordered it, waited, because in my mind, this is just another Spider-Man. Why would I need a 6th Spider-Man? I have the Night Monkey. He's wearing black. What could be so different than this? Boy, I was wrong. This is one of, if not the best looking Spider-Man in my collection right now. Of course, you know, the Tom Holland, they serve as a different purpose for me. They're more nostalgic, the No Way Home line, and I love them in their own right. But objectively speaking, just from I guess an engineering standpoint, just the way the figure looks, take away all the nostalgia behind it. Just as a figure, this is the best looking Spider-Man in my collection right now, and that includes integrated Spider-Man. The new red and blue suit from No Way Home, it includes all of that. This is the best looking Spider-Man out there. And as far as accessories, and as you can see here, I'm taking it out, it is no slouch as well. It does come with decent enough accessories, and it's different than the regular Spider-Man that you're gonna get, from webs to, you know, these wings, to the effects, the texture of his suit. You got this symbiote, massive symbiote effect here, and right off the bat, as soon as I hold this figure, it has some weight to it, and the way it feels, like there's texture in it, it shines right away. The best thing that I can compare this with is my Venom, but Venom is massive, so you hold it, you see it in the first time, it's like you're in awe of its size. This one, you're more of in awe of how it was made. It is shiny. Again, the suit itself feels different. It's like a smaller Venom. I guess that's the way to describe it, because you're not surprised by how big it is. You're more surprised on how different this is. And I'm surprised also on the back that they didn't insert those covers for the holes anyway, but here he is with his, the stand is regular, and he got this, you know, metallic tentacle arms that are made out of plastic, but it's nicely done, I would say. And let's take a closer look at the accessories here. The hands, I'm a bit surprised that, you know, the web shooting hands, the expressive hands, but the wall crawling hand only comes with the right hand. It doesn't come with left. Normally they come in pair. Also, the other expressive hand. Now, is maybe they are doing this for just a hand for, you know, what do you call that? The heroic landing pose? Maybe. But I would love to have him in pairs. As you can see, it's different. You know, you can have him like crawling in, you know, in the walls and whatnot. You could probably get away with this, but this is more, you can see the other hand can stand on its own. So I'm just surprised that it's just one. As far as the other accessories, he comes with this nice arms. And I've seen one review where they said it's kind of cheaply made, it's light. It really isn't. You know, maybe he didn't have the Iron Spider, because that is thin and light. This one is not. This one has some weight to it. Now, it's not die cast, as it shouldn't be, because once you put this in his back, it already throws off the balance. So, you know, you don't want to make this heavier than it should be. There's a lot of points of articulation here. There's enough. Looks like carbon fiber. There's a lot of texture in it. The symbiote effects are beautiful as well, but they add to the weight. You could remove them. They're glued, but very lightly. So if you don't even need force. You just want to take it off. You could. Speaking up symbiote effects, this is the biggest one on the set, and you can peg it with this left or right hand. It really is upon you. You could remove the longer tentacle out there, so if you are short on display, you could do that, but it's nicely done. I wish they would have included more, but I've seen on forums and Facebook groups where people are making this out of glue guns, so maybe you could try that out. The web effects are different though. You can see that is the one pointing up is the one you're going to insert in this web shooter. You can change the item on the hand, and these effects he will hold. So his regular hand is not the relaxed palm hands. It is the hand that has a hole in it that you insert these effects. So it's up to your imagination on if he's traversing in the buildings using these webs. It is really up to your imagination. It is cool. You can do a lot of things with them. I wish there was more gooey stuff, like larger stuff. Like this one right here, I was trying to show the camera, but it's black and it's so small that right there. So this is how you insert them. It wasn't as easy as I thought. I thought I could do it with one hand, but they're a tight fit. But once you put them in there, it won't fall. And this is the stand. Spider-Man 2 black suit, some nice design all over the stand, and you got the dynamic pole, which would damage the figure if you leave it there for a long period of time. So I wouldn't. But let's take a look at this suit right here. So this suit is beautiful. You can see some muscle fibers in there. It's like so alien-like. Muscle fibers. It looks like it has slime all over it. Texture all over, the suit. Love this massive white Spider-Man logo on it, kind of like a Venom, but in a smaller scale. You can see the muscles there, some bumps, and again, different sorts of texture all throughout the suit. And the material that they used here is like rubbery with some coating of, I don't know, just silky. I don't even know how to describe this, but yeah, there's just a gloss over it. And then there's certain parts like this, his shin, his lower leg, that it kind of has, again, I can look at it as muscle fibers at that point. Beautifully done. Again, like a smaller Venom, but with just different textures all over it. And that works out because he's not smooth. Unlike those Spider-Man suit, which maybe has thinner fabric material, this one's a bit thicker. It's rubber, but not Batman rubber, if it makes sense. You could still pose him around, and you could look at the back right there. I'm surprised because I guess on Carnage, it was nicely done how you cover this up. In here, you could still do that, but it feels like the older method of Iron Spider 1. It could look seamless, you just have to align it properly, and I guess this is the best way I can align it with. And it's not terrible, and you get the idea. I'm not going to insert all four, but you can also do it without one. Honestly, if you really don't want to, if you know that you are constantly going to use, the tentacles on his back, you don't have to put it that way. But more details. I'm just showing more of the details here in the body up and down, so you can appreciate what I'm staring at here as well, because it is pretty unique. You can see shoes right there. It's nice. It's just so alien-like. A different one from all the Spider-Mans that I do have. And let's take a look at this head sculpt. This one is good. It's just consistent overall with the body, with the material used. It is slimy. You get all that slimy looking thing. Also different texture, just within a small portion. The eyes are bright white, but it also has this coating of this white gooey thing, and then it does have that aqua blue around it, which kind of gradients in, kind of to break the black and white theme of it. As you can see there, it's kind of dot matrix as well towards the end, and it's a nice effect, kind of like what we've seen from Venom. You know, when you have black on white and then you do that gradient effects on it, it just looks beautiful. But yeah, the overall just aesthetics of this figure is phenomenal in my opinion. So I'm sure you guys are gonna love it as well. Articulation. Spider-Man has come a long way. You can move it up. You know, if you get the special edition, which I think it's, you know, waitlisted now, I would love to get that, but it's not a deal. I'm mostly gonna display him like this, so it's not. I wasn't like overtly upset about that. It's not magnetic, so you can move it up and down. There's a bicep swivel here. You can move the arms sidewards pretty high. It's in ratchet joints. So you soft ratchet as it is. You can bend the elbows pretty tight. The rubber suit does not, for the most part, doesn't hinder any articulation as much as, you know, any other Spider-Man that you could do. Bend the knees, pretty wild out there. This is one piece, so there's no cut on the ankles, but still you can move it around. There's toe articulation there. You could move the waist again, even with the rubber suit. It is pretty poseable, but it looks like he's wearing a like something there, a belt of some sort. Look at this. He feels like he's he's possessed, an exorcist or something. But yeah, a lot of movements. I don't think there's drop down on his knees or his legs. You can push the arm up, but be careful with the bunching in there. You don't really want to leave it. And this is the beauty of this, because he does have a lot of texture. Even if he has crease marks, I don't think you're going to notice it, you know, unless you are really looking for it. But it would blend well with the overall texture and look of this figure. And you can have him on split, you know, moving side to side and, you know, in and out of the legs. And let's put him in some poses here with some screenshots from the game Spider-Man 2. And here he is traversing. I'm presenting this, you know, so that's why. But if you put this in a lower angle, you know, in looking him, you know, from down below, kind of like a worm's eye view, it'll look a lot better, you know, if you're just taking a picture of it. And as you can see, you can spread the legs. You can have him in, this is a pretty dynamic pose, you know, so you could do that. He's like a regular Spider-Man. I didn't mention this in the accessories, but he comes with this wings that looks beautiful. You can attach it via magnet. It aesthetic wise, but it still has that gap. They still haven't quite solved that gap situation. It's not a deal breaker, because I highly doubt I'm going to use it a lot. It's here, which is nice, but down the line, I wish they could address maybe a thinner, maybe a wire where you can, this is more articulated. Maybe that's the future of this. And here he is with the massive Venom moving forward with Spider-Man 2099 right there on the side. But here he is with the attachment on his hand. Looks pretty cool. He's the first time he is, you know, understanding that he does have the symbiote in his body. So you can make it look like that. But it is beautiful. It is a darn beautiful figure, especially if you pose him around and have him interact with other figures. And here he is with one of the webs that I knew at least new for me. Looks beautiful. You know, shooting that web with his right hand, and then the other hand kind of just leading towards it. This is the first, or maybe one of the best images that you would see. This one's raining and he's in this, you know, ledge pose. I'm talking about the black suit Spider-Man, but here he is, you know, just shooting the web. Looks beautiful. I'm telling you, man. Even if you do have a lot of Spider-Mans, this would stand out in your display just because of how unique he is. Speaking of unique, two unique figures right here. This is the Venom from the first movie. So he's not as shiny as from the Venom and Carnage, but you get the idea. Big size difference. They go hand in hand though. And after holding this, I am questioning the Hanos figure a lot more, because that looks like a cosplay, and this, just the suit itself, just how it is beautiful. Look at the traps on this figure as well. Just the overall proportion. And here is with Carnage. We all know Carnage is a beast of a figure. This guy is not short. He is a pretty taller figure. You can see this after this shot right here, that I am gonna put him against integrated suit, and he's taller than him, and he has a better proportion. You can see just the traps itself, the shoulder. You get enhanced though by the symbiote. If it comes to you, you know, maybe that's the case. That's why he's big, buff, beefier, big bit wider frame. But I love the shoulders and chest area of this black. And again, you can see the symbiote that I took from one of the legs. I didn't realize they were glued on. It took me no effort whatsoever. Just pried it out. Final thoughts on the black suit Spider-Man. It is beautiful. And you can see here he's fully engaged with all the tentacles and everything. Look at that. Just a magnificent looking figure. It's a bit expensive at $300, but it's beautiful. Are they gonna go deep with Spider-Man 2? Because I think there's one more of this, but I don't know. No regrets here whatsoever. Because I'm gonna flood my Instagram in the next few days between him and fighting, you know, Venom, interacting with other, because it just tells a story. When the first time he got this, you know, symbiote in him, he felt different. You know, he acquired all these new abilities and all that stuff. So in that sense, you already have that going for you. And if you have other figures to complement him, it is even better. You know, it's even better. But have him with your red and black suit and all that Spider-Man. He stands out because he's pure black. He even stands out with the Night Monkey, because that doesn't have the same appeal. That Night Monkey feels like just a military suit. This one's an alien suit with all that goo and all that stuff. So, hey, I think it's waitlisted now on Sideshow, the special edition. But if you don't mind not having the special edition, get the regular one. I think it's still available as of the time of this video. You won't regret it. It's nice. It's really nice. So it could go well beyond other Spider-Mans that you do have. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below. Do you already have this? Because I'm always late. I try to take my time, but let me know in the comments how you feel. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.